Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an element of the race that we might look back on later as having been the path to finding the winner. Well, it has finally arrived. It's Longines Hong Kong International Races Day on Sunday, and all around the Jockey Club website you'll be able to find interviews, videos, information, everything you need for the 4 big Group 1 races, and I'm sure that you'll be able to find your winners using all that information. So I'm going to go down a little bit of a different path and look at the undercard, and that serves 2 purposes. One is there are still winners to be backed, and the other one is that these are often races containing horses for the future. The undercard on International Day, well, it's also often called by trainer David Hayes show-off day, because it's the day when trainers bring out their horses of the future, and we get some pretty good contests in these races. And I'm going to show you a graphic now, and this is not a complete list by any means, but this is some of the horses who have competed on the undercard International Day and come back the following year to compete successfully in the Group 1 races. So even to this year, you'll see we have Lucky Patch and Tourbillon Diamond running in the Group 1s on Sunday. They were winners in the support races 12 months ago. So the first race we're going to take a look at is race 9, and our winning factor here, the map. Now this Class 3 features a number of promising horses, really strong chances, and horses with a future in War Weapon from the Casper Founds Yard, Lucky With You from the David Hayes stable, and John Size trained Gallant Express. All lightly raced horses on the up, and 2 of them met recently in a race over the Sha Tin 1200 metres, and we're going to take a look at that video now. This is race 176 last month, and War Weapon, he's in gate 2 in white and red colours, with Gallant Express in the purple colours from the outside barrier of 12. And with the inside draw, Joao Moreira is able to have War Weapon trailing the leaders here, while Gallant Express jumped well enough, but he had to drift all the way back in the race to get closer to the rail, and he races next to the eventual winner, the Golden Scenery in the red colours. Now this is a bit of a crazy race. The leader gets to the front and then jams on the brakes, and you see that slowdown on the heat map with the pace really pulling up, and you see runners behind the leader go all over the place at the 600 metres, having to direct outwards so that they didn't get onto the horses in front. Then straightening up, well, the leaders are able to get away on the others here, but the runs are coming from the favourites late in the piece. War Weapon getting through nearer the inside at his first run this season, and the winner down the outside with packing victory, and Gallant Express behind them coming into 7th with a good finish. So only a length across the first 5 at the finish there, a little bit of a red flag on the form, but since that day we've seen War Weapon improve with a very strong trial, and also we see Gallant Express this time with a good barrier draw, which he hasn't had in his last couple of starts, so he could be more competitive on this occasion. But we're going to go back to last season to look at their greatest rival here, and that's Lucky With You. And this is back to July, race 820, and in blue colours here he jumps out of gate 10. He isn't the fastest out of the gates, but quickly accelerates to gain the lead after 300 metres, and then the rider tries to steady things down. He gets pressure from another runner mid-race, and you see on the heat map he has to pick things up and go quicker again just to hold that front position, and doesn't get any chance to rest. At the top of the straight, he slips clear again and really has the race won at the 100 metre mark. But that mid-race effort does start to tell on him late, and he tires quickly getting to the line, just holding on for the win. Now the trick to Lucky With You in Sunday's race is that he was scheduled to have his return for this season in October and had to be scratched with a hind leg issue. As a result of that, we now haven't seen him race for 5 months, and he comes in after a couple of good trials, but I guess there is that little query on his fitness. The one thing that I think keeps us in good stead, he's from the David Hayes yard, and as Hazy himself says, this is show-off day. I don't think he would have left a stone unturned to have this horse fit to race on Sunday. And when we look at the map, he's going to get the advantages. There doesn't look a lot of pace in the race, and with a clean start, Sha Tin should be able to take Lucky With You to the front and dictate the race from there. War Weapon, I don't think he'll be too far away from the lead, and I expect that Gallant Express can sit closer this time from the inside draw, something he's been unable to do lately, but may still be giving some start to his rivals. But the tip in race 9 is Lucky With You. His winning factor, the map. As I said, we haven't seen him for a while, but it is show-off day for David Hayes. He'll have him screwed down for this, and I think on the map, able to control the race, he gets all the advantages here tactically. The other race I want to take a look at on Sunday is the final race, race 10, and our winning factor here, the weights. And in this class 3, I think there will be fans of horses like Sylvestra, like Let's Do It, who was eye-catching first up, and Navis 2, who didn't have a lot of luck at his first Hong Kong start, but mainly discussions are going to be dominated by 2 runners. The horse with the top weight, Packing Victory, and the horse with the bottom weight, Toronado Phantom. And those 2 promising horses are also my clear focus in this race. Now, we're going to have a look at a replay here, and this is Packing Victory. This is a race we've just seen for the previous race, and this is race 176. This time we're looking at Packing Victory, blue and white hoops with a red cap from gate 1, and Zach Purton has him with the leaders early, then takes a sit before, once again, note that mid-race slowdown. Now, that changes the game a little bit for Zach, and instead of having a run along the inside, he has to bring the horse out 3 wide here to make sure that he's going to be in clear room when the serious stuff starts to happen in the straight. So a little alteration necessary there, and then he gets out sprinted and left behind when those leaders go for home. And this is something we'd seen in Packing Victory in his other 1200 metre wins as well. He takes time to wind up to his top, but when he does, he runs on again. He just finds Golden Scenery with a little bit more dash than him on this occasion. As I said, in the lead up to that race in other 1200 metre events, we had thought that perhaps Packing Victory needed a little bit more distance. Well, he gets it this time with 1400 metres, but this time he also has a serious rival right down the bottom of the weights in Toronado Phantom. Now, he was a good winner on debut last season, then ran second to the highly promising California Spangle, who's a likely favourite elsewhere on Sunday's card. And then first up for this season, John Size took the unusual step of putting Toronado Phantom over 1650 metres first up at Happy Valley, and we're going to take a look at that now. And in this replay, the grey Toronado Phantom, he's in the middle of the draw. You see, he gets a bit of a check out of the gates at the start, but I'd have to say that after that, he got a very good race shape. If you have a look at the heat map on this race, good pace in the first half of the race, a slowdown that allowed him to track into it, and around about the 400 metres you see him coming into the race very menacingly. He looms up to be part of the finish, but over the final stages I think the mile first up takes its toll and he can't finish off. So I think Toronado Phantom will have come on in fitness for that race. He drops back to 1400 metres on Sunday, and I think both of the horses that we're looking at here are going to get suitable runs on the map. When we look at the race, they'll be in different places. Toronado Phantom more likely to be found in midfield, I think, in this race early, and Packing Victory sliding forward from out wide. And while there are not that many speed horses in the race, the presence of Super Winner is important. He's always important because he's quite a keen-going leader, and it's rare to see a slowly run race when he lines up. So the pace should be good enough for all horses to get their chance. And the promise of a true speed ensures that the handicaps are going to kick in and play their role as the horses start to tire. So the tip in race 10, Toronado Phantom, his winning factor, the weights. Now, I don't think there's a great deal between these two promising horses in terms of talent. In fact, Packing Victory might even hold an edge there. However, our winning factor here is the weights, and there's 18 pounds between them in the handicaps on Sunday, and I think that's going to count for plenty over the final stages. Well, that's it from the winning factor for this week. Enjoy the Group 1s on Sunday, one of our biggest days of the year in Hong Kong. We'll catch you next time.